need to hit 1 home run on Legend with the NL West teams, and I can't do it. I had 2 in the last game.
1 on Legend for what?
Because that's part of the team affinity bonus or whatever. You get 10,000 XP if you get 3 home runs on Legend.
I didn't do that one.
It's like 3 home runs on Legend, 10 hits on Hall of Fame, and 5 stolen bases get you like 25k XP, or something like that. So I try to do it all in one game of Legend if I can.
That's fair.
So I just go to one of those cheesy no or extra high velocity 200-foot wall home stadiums and try to do it, which I think. Damn it, Tatis, you suck.
Did you do the extreme showdown?
I tried it. I got all the way to Rob Dibble, and I could not for the life of me get 2 outs or get 2 runs. I think I brought it up on stream the other day. I think I got 13 outs in a row before I got my first guy on base. Like, I don't know why he was so tough to hit. It's on the difficulty on Legend, or is it on Hall?
It's on Legend. Yeah, the Dibble boss is Legend. It's like I think the first 2 are All-Star, then everything else is Hall of Fame up until Dibble, and then Dibble is on Legend.
Yeah, I don't know why he was so difficult to hit, but I just couldn't. He has 3 pitches. He had I think he threw 75, almost 80 pitches against me too, and I still just couldn't hit him. I don't know what the deal was.
Well, I mean, it's Legend. It's not easy, especially when I don't know how much Legend you play, but I play 0 basically.
No, I don't play any. I'm literally doing it. As we're recording, I'm literally doing it because I said that if I hit a home run, I get the PXP bonus or whatever. But I also might just not. I'm getting kind of frustrated doing it because the PCIs are just way too tiny. The pitches come in way too fast. It makes 93-mile-an-hour fastballs look like Satchel Paige through 105. So.
Yeah, the first, I did it. That was the first thing I tried to do pretty much right when everything came out on Friday. And I made it to the second last one. I forget who it is. Mick Abel, I think. And I failed there. And
nice.
I didn't try again until yesterday morning. And then my whole plan was if I get any diamond 2-strike bonuses for perks, I'm going to use those against Dibble. That's always been, I find that's always the best strategy in those the extreme ones on Legend to get them to 2 strikes and make them just throw as many pitches as possible. Because I don't know how many he threw, but by the end of it, he was only throwing 98, not 103. Because his energy was pretty low.
Pitch count up after the first time around or whatever, it's pretty low. So the problem is his confidence for me was just so high that he could just dot up everything regardless of his stamina. So it was I don't know. I was getting perfect outs and everything. I was getting so frustrated.
I remember what was it? The MLB 20? Whichever one that you faced Nate Pearson.
Yeah, I think it was 20.
That one was...
It was Nate Pearson, Christian Yelich, and Lou Gehrig were the 3 rewards for the extreme program.
Oh, man. The 3 home runs with Yelich probably is the most tries it ever took me to do one moment ever.
You know what's wild is I did that one did take a long time, but do you remember the extreme? It was during that extreme program, the moment where it was the Sean Green moment where you had to hit 4 home runs in one game. That one took me shorter time to do than it did to hit 3 home runs in a game with Yelich, which I was so shocked because I usually hit well with Yelich. And I don't know why it took me, because they were both on Hall of Fame difficulty. So I don't know why it took so long. But
yeah, the Yelich one, I think I had dedicated 2 full streams of only doing that moment until it was 6 total hours of me doing one moment until I finally got it. And eventually I did. But I remember one of my buddies paid me to do their extreme showdown, and I did it on my first try for them.
Of course.
And I think I even skipped to the end. Video. I might have
skipped. You skipped to the end, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
There was one time I did it that I maybe did the first 2 and then skip to the end. Because the Nate Pearson would actually walk guys. If you guys pitch count high enough, he would eventually start walking you a bit. But yeah. I don't know. There was one time where I scored 9 straight runs or something crazy, which is I'm not that good. Like I just some the only time I can apparently be patient in this game is when I'm playing against the CPU in a showdown because I have no patience playing online against other human beings ever.
I'm trying. I switched my camera from what was it? Strike Zone High, Strike Zone 3, so we're kind of now you see the batter. And for some I don't know what it is, for some reason I can see the ball coming out of the pitcher's hand better when he's a little farther away. Cuz I feel like my instant reaction time just isn't as good as it probably used to be. So it's like I don't know if it's. I also like moved my. I was trying to make every excuse in the world. Like I moved my stream setup around a little bit, like last weekend. So it's like I got all that set up differently, and like everything's just a little different. So I'm just kind of like making every excuse in the book, other than just saying I'm bad.
Hey,
um,
whatever works.
but yeah, whatever works,
Sometimes
man.
you just got to
But
try stuff.
yeah, but yeah, man. I'm trying to grind it out. Here and there. I've just decided I'm going to say screw it. I'm going to go to switch over to Hall of Fame difficulty and just do it that way. I can at least hit on Hall of Fame and get stolen bases and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
But
So
man,
overall, like, what are your thoughts so far on this big content drop? Team Affinity 1, Chapter 2, whatever you want to call it.
yeah, Team Affinity
Obviously,
1
like,
Chapter 2 season drops 3. Season 1 award drops 3, Battle Royale 2, rank 2, like all this
yeah,
stuff in
we've
one
had a
day.
lot of stuff. What else? There was the
Jackie Robinson
Phillies,
Day. The
the,
Phillies, yeah.
the Phillies
That's right.
Conquest, and then yeah, Jackie Robinson Day
The Jackie Robinson Day as
on
well this past
Monday.
Monday. Um, man, it's almost like I feel like they should spread it out to where it's like ranked one day, BR one week. Like they should have it like 3 weeks in a row. Cause then you get Team Affinity on a week on like a Friday, and then the following week you get BR or ranked, and then the week after that you get BR and maybe like an event. And then the following week again, right after that is the second team is the next Team Affinity. So it's like you're always having something new to do. Um, I don't know why they think having it all at one time and then just kind of like just throwing in headliners and these season award drops sporadically is kind of like the way they want to do it. But I don't know. I think the way that I just said it would be easier for content and everything like that because now you have just so much in one day that it's like it's too much. Like it's just like an overload of everything. And then everybody wants to get everything right away. So you got all the super sweaty players just beating up on guys like me who aren't very good. Like it's nuts. But I mean, I like all the content that came out. I mean, it's definitely I think this content is better than the Team Affinity cards. I'm not a huge fan of. Obviously, I'm going to grind the Team Affinity, but like I liked the first version of Team Affinity's cards. I think a little bit better, just because there's a lot of pipeline cards in this one, and I think they're just kind of pushing the pipeline because it's obviously their version of like the Future Stars
Yeah,
thing, but
that's kind of
it's like
always what they do around this time, like pretty early in the season. The last few years is always when you're getting some sort of prospect, uh, like set type of card or like this year's is whatever the pipeline. But yeah, we had like the prospects or future stars, stuff like that. It's always been pretty early on in the year, which I
yeah,
like. I don't know. It makes sense, I guess. Um, yeah, I thought it was pretty funny how like the days leading up to it, everybody was just all upset about not having anything to do. And then there's like, it seemed like so many people finished Team Affinity so fast. Like there were so many people on Twitter that was like, oh, I'm done. And it's like, okay, well, like, cool. But don't you want us like take it a little bit slower? Like you don't have to get it done. And I think the first person I saw was like, Team Affinity done 14 hours. I was like, okay. So like
yep.
now what do you do? Like you're just gonna run into the same problem again.
I saw the same exact thing, and that was the same exact like remark I had in my head. It's like, okay, you're probably going to be the first person to complain about there's nothing new in the game in a week or two,
Yeah.
and it's like because you beat everything in one night, like that's your fault, dummy. Like, yes, this is why they probably put all this stuff out at one time because you can complete Team Affinity pretty quickly if you want to. I mean, I completed the NL East yesterday just in one day. So it's like, and I hit my XP cap, but it's like I hit it before the XP cap was even done. So it's like, I don't know, like guys need, I get it. People want to get the stuff done first and they want to discover everything first. I know you text me right away within like 5 minutes of Team Affinity dropping. You text me, you're like, fuck, I didn't get it. What was it?
I was
Elvis
upset.
Martinez or whatever?
I didn't
The
even
Team Affinity for
care.
the,
I didn't even care who it was, and it was for some reason the only division that they just never showed ahead of time was the AL East.
yeah.
I guess maybe because of Jason Dominguez being in it. I don't know.
It's like weird because I know I was like, maybe they're hiding Matsui behind this Team Affinity as like a secret legend reveal, but it's just 5 pipeline
It
guys.
was
That's
5.
like,
Yeah, it was the only Division 2 that had 5 pipelines. And like our
and once
Elvis
again, it's the
Martinez
only
is
division
fine.
that doesn't have a pitcher either, so you can't grind out pitcher. I mean, you can actually. No, it's hits this time. It's just hits with the bosses.
Yeah.
So they at least made that a thing now. So that's kind of cool because I know that was Team Affinity 1. They were the only one that didn't have a pitcher, and there was like, you could get done with like the AL Central and the AL West and all those guys really quickly because they had closers. So you would just use the closers and get strikeouts. But I don't know.
Yeah, I had it all lined up for, well, I didn't realize they were going to add extra exchanges to it, which is why it made like, because you could just do straight up exchanges and get the first card on any of the divisions now, which is good and bad. It's good because like whatever, if you have the extra cards in your inventory or if you want to spend the stubs, just go for it. But then you can just get it almost too quickly. I think that was why it took me like an extra couple minutes because I didn't have to buy much, like 1 or 2 cards to finish all the enough exchanges to get my pack. But I was like, I basically was just hoping, I'm like, okay, I just hope whoever unlocks this first doesn't take the Jays card because then I should be the one that discovers it. But no, because I even had like a March to October lined up. I had it all planned out in my head. I'm like, okay, I'll do the exchanges because I was kind of just making the assumption that the exchanges would be the same as chapter 1.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I have enough to do all of those. I'll do that. I'll do the moments and then I'll finish my March to October and I'll be good. But then they changed it all. Like they didn't have even any normal moments. It's only the extreme moment for each, which thankfully actually the AL East one was pretty easy. It was just hit 1 home run with Jason Dominguez.
Yeah, that's the only one I did. It's the only one I could complete.
Well, I'm like, I don't want to do a whole 9-inning game moment with Verlander on Hall of Fame and just hope I don't give up 3 runs. Like, pass. I did the Kenley Jansen one just because it was on All Star. I was like, okay.
Was it? I haven't even looked at it. Maybe I'll do that one.
You have to.
I haven't even looked to do that one yet.
You have to save 3 consecutive games, striking out 7 people, and each time you go in with the bases loaded and nobody outs, and you can't give up 1 run.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It's not too bad.
It sounds like I know I'm going to get to the 3rd game and I'm going to give up a bloop single on 3-2 count with 2 outs. I'm going to give up like a bloop single.
It took me a few tries, but I did that one. Those are the only 2 that I've done. I'm not going to bother.
You get what, 10,000 for that?
Yeah.
Okay. That's not so bad.
Which is not bad. Overall, I think it was pretty good. I mean, they changed like the Conquest. People were upset with how they changed that. But I kind of like that it's not this, like that they did change things. And I think with all the missions that they give you, it goes fast. Like if you're just playing the game, like if you're like, oh, I just want to do events to get these cards, or I just want to play BR, like you're going to get a ton of progress with the online missions. Like it goes pretty fast.
Yeah. Yeah. I always like the 3 Conquest maps because I was thinking about it. I was like, okay, we're getting because that's how I always like to grind Team Affinity after like with a lot of like the pitcher missions and stuff like that. Cause it's like you can get a bunch of, because before it was like innings pitched if you had like a starter in the Team Affinity. So I was like, okay, that's a three Team Affinity games or 3 Conquest games is 9 innings. You just use your whatever pitcher and boom, you got 10,000 done. But then you're also working on the Conquest, which is how I did Team Affinity 1 with all the pitchers. But this time now it's just 1 time and it's repeatable for vouchers. It's kind of like,
and you don't get much either. Like it says
you get like 4 vouchers, I think.
Well, when I did it, I only got 3 because like it says every 5 wins repeatable, but I don't know if it works the way they meant it to. You can repeat the conquest, but that mission doesn't repeat itself within that conquest. So like
Hmm.
it makes it sound like every 5 wins you should get one, but I only got one for the first 5 wins. So I only
I was
got
gonna say because there's like 10 to 12 teams to play,
there's
right?
yeah, there's 15. So if it works the
15,
way
15. You're right.
you think it should, you should get 5 vouchers, but I only got 3. So I was like, well, that was kind of dumb. I did the conquest once. I'm like, thankfully, it's like pretty quick to get everything else done. Like, I mean, it's
I'm actually
what
doing one as we speak.
it's Wednesday, and like I'm not done all of them, but I'm almost like I'm pretty close to finishing it all.
Yeah, I was getting actually a lot of my Team Affinity stuff done when I was doing my BR run. So that was kind of cool that all of a sudden, like, my goal was, so I did the NL Central because I wanted to see what that Greg Vaughn card was like because he looked really good. Plus,
Yeah.
it's a Brewer. I'm kind of looking forward to, I want to try to do a Brewers themed team when I can before the season ends. Just kind of something cool, like do an all time Brewers team video. Which means I gotta buy Richie Sexton. I'm not gonna buy Corbin Burns because I have Woodruff and Mizorowski. But um, yeah, it's like I was gonna try to do stuff like that, but now it's
Did you take both the Brewers captains?
I did, I did. So that's extra helpful. So Christian Yelich and Jackson Chourio are just cracked if you use it's because it's Rowdy Tellez and Brandon Woodruff. So
Yep.
if you use those guys, they're cracked. So it's cool to see. But yeah, that the Brewers theme team when I do get it all together, because I mean, like, there's Grandal.
Oh yeah, you got
Shit,
like some decent cards for sure.
there's
That
a
obviously the Yelich card,
the
Grandal.
Yelich card, Grandal. I mean, but even like if I use guys that don't get that boost, but like,
Well, even like a
like
good day with Inside Edge with Contreras would be pretty good.
yeah,
His stats are
Contreras.
decent.
But then there's like the Prince Fielder that if you can earn it, actually you can't earn Prince Fielder any other way because there's only the one. I think he's the Tigers team captain.
Mm,
I think that's the only Prince Fielder in the game.
I think so, yeah.
So that would be null. But I mean, like the Mike Cameron World Series reward that just dropped. He was a Brewer for a little bit, so there's always that aspect and everything. I don't know. I'm kind of bummed that they took the conquest maps away, but I'm kind of looking forward to playing it. And I haven't completed it yet because I feel like I want to kind of grind this Team Affinity out, even though I've gotten two of them done already. I got the NL Central and the NL East done already, but
Yeah. I mean that
I don't
showdown,
know.
the repeatable showdown is quick now and you get 4 vouchers for it. So like if you're trying to get vouchers, people out there listening, if you like playing Conquest, play it, but the showdown is way more rewarding. You can get it done really fast and you get more vouchers than doing 15 games of Conquest. You get to get less, which is kind
That's
of
fair.
ridiculous.
I also do the conquest to like grind out, PXP for guys too. Like Yelich is
Yeah.
P4. I want to try to get him P5 soon. Spoiler, I just got to my YouTube video that'll be out soon. I gotta finish editing it or everything. I did manage to P5 Byron Buxton today, so that was cool. Finally got him
Yeah.
P5. Dude, I hit my XP cap last night on stream, so I stopped doing that and played NBA for a little bit with some buddies. But I was 12 PXP away
Well, I
from
mean,
Buxton being
you can
P5.
still get
I just
PXP.
didn't want to play a game or do anything and not get any XP for it. I mean, obviously I can get player XP, but I didn't want to get any I just was like, if I'm gonna play something, I want
Yeah.
to work us on the regular PXP too. So
Oh, the XP cap. I'm getting I'm getting tired of going on Twitter. Every time I go on Twitter, I just see XP cap hate and I'm like, I'm over it. Like I don't disagree with anybody. I think maybe it's a little bit too low. But I'm also a sweat and I just like I've played so much that I'm over 900,000 now, so I'm closing in on that my first boss pack.
I'm not even at. My next one is Trevor Story. That's where I'm at right now. So it's like,
I
geez, you
think
are
like most
grinding.
people are around that. Most people I think are right where they want everybody to be because in their minds like they timed it out. Like the whole point of it is like once you reach those boss is probably also the time when like when Chapter 3 Team Affinity comes out and all the 99s, right? Like that's what they wanted. And I get it. Like it makes sense. Everybody just sees things and they want it now. So,
Yeah, of course. That Jimmy Rollins card is probably not going to leave my lineup when I get him.
oh, it's the greatest. It might be the greatest card ever.
He's a BR god.
I was
every time
watching
I try
you
to
today. You like every time I looked up, every time you hit a home run, it was Jimmy Rollins. I swear,
dude. I think I might have hit like 7 or 8 home runs today in BR in the couple games I played. Actually, I probably hit more than that, but I swear to God, I think he hit like 6 home runs today.
oh,
Like,
he's amazing.
it was
And
nuts.
like if he gets on first, it's pretty much a guaranteed double because you can steal. He's 99 stealing and 99 speed, and like it's pretty easy to steal bases. I think I've been thrown out with him one time out of probably like 10.
Yeah, what kills me is that if you don't have like, I think they need to figure out something with the stealing this year still too. I don't know what they do, but it's like I personally witnessed Wilson Contreras or William Contreras, I'm sorry, steal a base on Adley Rushman in real life, like clean, like perfect jump, stole the base, and Adley Rushman has pop time in the game, and you can never steal a base in the game with Contreras on Adley Rushman. It's like I witnessed it with my own 2 eyes on television that it actually happened, but in the game you can never do it.
Yeah, it's pretty much
I
impossible
feel like
unless you have like
even like Ricky Henderson, I feel like you can't steal bases with sometimes unless the catcher isn't paying attention. But like if he's like a guy with pop time, you're done. And it's like Ricky Williams was like the man at stealing bases. So even like Ronald Acuna, like I feel like unconfident stealing bases with him, and because he's only got 80 speed.
yeah. What's with
like
his
on his base
like?
card?
I don't know why his speed's so low. Guy stole 70 bases last year. You'd think he'd have at least 90 speed.
He's got 99 stealing, but it's like 80 speed. It's like
what do I know?
And sometimes like those guys get bad jumps, and it's like I don't understand it either. Like how do you guys like 99 speed or 99 stealing? Why are you getting a bad jump?
Yeah, you should never get a bad jump with 99 stealing.
But overall, I mean, I think one of the only disappointments is again the what was it the classics pack. We didn't talk about that, did we?
The classics, the show pack. Classics.
The show classics. That was a pack. We all knew it was a pack. We all knew it was going to be a pack. We joked about it on the last podcast that it was going to be a pack, and sure as ever, it was a pack. Granted, they did have like a lot of the show classic guys in the BR program, which is cool. Which my boy Ryan McMahon is back.
Oh, Ding Dong Danny Johnson is in there. Bryce Harper, like a free 90 Bryce Harper. Well, pretty much free. I mean, whatever you pay for your BR runs, but yeah, actually, all the cards they put in BR are pretty good. The one thing I don't like is there's like I don't really like that they just added more diamond rounds. Like you have 5 diamond rounds now, like which is a lot. Like I think it should still be only 3 and like have more silver rounds. It's fun to to use silvers, and then I feel like your teams aren't just like full of super goons. Like
yeah, because you get 5 diamond rounds guaranteed, but then all of a sudden you still have a chance to get like a bronze guy who's supercharged. Like Michael Busch right now for the Cubs is supercharged. I ended up getting him in yesterday's draft, and it's like now I have 5 diamonds and a super juiced bronze card. So now I have 6 diamonds.
I ran into somebody that had Colton Cowser and Michael Busch on their team. So basically 7 diamonds. I was like, oh my God. And I mean, it's fun like, when you're the person who gets those teams, but like, I always thought that was the kind of the appeal of BR is like, it kind of, I feel like you get a little bit more. That's why the BR goons have always been like such goons. I felt like, because like when you're not just playing with your God squad all the time, then you can kind of really see like how good you are a little bit. I feel like it takes a little more skill when you're playing with a team that's like half silvers and bronzes. But when you just give us 5 diamond rounds, it's like, okay, these are fun cards to use, but it's like, no, I mean, BR is already a sweat all the time usually, but now it's like, oh, like you shouldn't be playing 9-8 games or 10-9 or whatever you played in
10-9, dude. It was 5 innings. It was the 10-9 I won. It was nuts, man. Like, it was my first game of the day, too. Like, I jumped out of bed, took my kid to daycare, got home, turned my system on, booted my stream up, and went into that sweaty mess right away. It's like, Jesus, man. Like, killing me, just absolutely killing me. But you know, it's the BR like you wrote in my chat though, man. The BR goons are just built different, and they really are,
They
man.
are. It's I don't know. I feel like I'm above average at this game, but there are some times when I feel like I might be the worst player in the world. Or you just like see how good some guys are when like, yeah, you go play a BR game and it's like, dudes just no matter what pitch you throw, no matter which pitcher you're using, they just crap. They just shit on everything. Like everything is just a home run. I played a real 99. I don't know who it was. I played them in events. Actually, that's when I was talking about how sweaty the event was. I was playing them in events, and this dude just like he went off. He was up like 8-0 in the first in an event game. I'm like, what is going on? But he just every pitch I threw was gone.
Yeah. I mean, that's just like I said, I think I told you after yesterday when I got off stream, I just played one more BR game just for shits and giggles. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I got a little bit more time to kill. I'm eating my food. I was down 8-0 after the first inning. I was like, this isn't fun. Like, I couldn't throw anything. Like, everything I threw in the zone got crushed or bloop singled or something. And anything that I threw out of the zone, they took. So it was like, I'm just not built for that. And then I go up there thinking I can do the same thing. I get a leadoff home run with Bryce Harper. Like, all right, let's go. Maybe it's my turn. And then it was like strike out, pop out, fly out, or something like that. And it's like, well, I'm down 8-1.
Sounds
I
about right.
don't want to play this anymore. So,
but speaking of BR, I mean, one of your team legends, Ryan Braun, Silver Slugger 2009's in there. What do you think about the BR flawless rewards with him and Valenzuela?
I am a big fan of this Ryan Braun card. The 125, 105 versus lefties is cool. Obviously, he's going to get the Brewers boost if you use the Brewers captains, which is kind of cool. Of course, somebody has him P5 already. I hate it here. He's going for 112K, 98 sell now on the market. So he's going up there for a pretty good price. And then as a Brewers guy, it makes me happy to see. Makes me a little nervous, though, because it's like Ryan Braun Silver Slugger. Like, I don't know if that's the card I would have put in the game for him. Maybe like waited a longer and put like his MVP year. I think it was like 07 or 08 or something like that when he won MVP. And just give him like a really good MVP card. But I'm also not going to complain as a Brewers fan. The card art is cool. I love his stance was like my softball stance when I first started playing. Like I used to try to emulate his stance because it was so like he looked like he barely held the bat. And he always used like the long bat too. So it was like, it was insane. But yeah, man, he's going to be cool to use in left field. I'll probably throw him out there. Either him or Yelich are going to play left and one of the others going to play either like right or center. I don't know. I'll have to figure something out because they're kind of similar players. Just one is a righty and one's a lefty. But it's cool. It's going to be cool to have both those guys eventually. I'm at 73 points in the BR program right now. So I'm almost there. Now it just comes down to me winning. I just have to win BR games at this point.
Oh, you're close.
Because I have one more gold. I got AJ Minter as a gold one I got to do. But then I still have a bunch of the diamond missions I got to do. Like I'm working on Danny Jansen. I just finished the JD Martinez. I have Chipper Jones done. I have Ryan McMahon done. And I have Bryce Harper done. So I have Jansen, Drury, Tommy Pham, and Todd Helton left. So that's 4, 8, 12, 16 more points. So another 20 points gets me to 93. So I'll be almost there if I just win some games and get those guys up.
Yeah, I'm pretty much. I just need to finish Pham and Drury, and then I'll be done I'm at 93.
I said it would be nice to be able to like go flawless so I can sell one of these guys for 100K, but I'm
it's
okay
so
with it. As a Brewers fan, obviously I'm going to take Ryan Braun, but I would love to also get my hands on this Valenzuela card because I never really have great success with him, but I know he's like super tough to hit.
Yeah, he's one of those pitchers that I never pitch well with, but I can also not hit when I face them. Just
me too.
One of those ones.
Same.
Just like
when he was first entered into the game, I think he was a boss one of the program bosses or the inning bosses, what like his first year in the game. I think it's the same card art as the BR reward one, but he was like a 93. He was like the first or second inning program boss a couple years ago, and yeah, same thing. Like I would absolutely get shelled when I used him, but I couldn't hit him to save my life. Like his
Yeah.
screwball would just throw me off. But
Yeah, I think it's
no,
good. Good reward choices for that. And then we got new ranked Jacob DeGrom coming back 97 overalls in the ranked program as well. DeGrom and this Mike Cameron, and like, man, these cards look really nice.
yeah, this Mike Cameron card looks nuts. Brewers legend Mike Cameron, by the way. The Bigs 2 legend Mike Cameron. He was on the Brewers when the Bigs 2 came out, the game, and he was nasty on that game. So I just remember using him in that. But yeah, he looks really juicy. 92 fielding is obviously great. 93 reaction is the best part. Like I can get over fielding, but if a guy has great reaction, that's all I care about.
Yep.
Like he pushes Griffey to one of the outfields, to the other corner outfield spots if you have him on your team. But 91 speed, 90 stealing, 89 aggressiveness is also great. And then he just hits well too. Doesn't get the Buxton boost. No. No, I'm like you now. I'm over the Buxton boost now. I'm more like you said when we were talking, like contact is more king now, because I feel like a lot of guys can hit home runs just based on the exit velos in this game now. If you're hitting perfects with guys with like 60 power, it's still leaving the yard.
Yeah.
So having the higher contact and vision ratings are kind of where it's at now.
I just like having the biggest PCI of all time. It's so funny. And it, like half the time when I post like YouTube shorts or TikToks, people are like, your PCI is so huge. Like, way to play on rookie. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like play a lot on All-Star and I use outer PCI only because I want it to be as huge as possible. Like hey, kudos to all the people who can play on Hall of Fame with like the world's tiniest inner PCIs. I like, good for them. I can't do it.
Yeah, good for them for sure. But no, I actually just switched my PCI around as well. I have I added an outer. I added the Starfighter outer with the diamonds in the middle, but it's like 30%. So it's like there, but it's not really there. Yeah. So I can still kind of focus. Like I can see it, but I can kind of focus on the pitcher. Shout out to a friend of mine on stream yesterday. Helped me. I basically asked him what he used, and that's what he told me he was using. So I was like, you know what? I'm for that. But yeah, man. And then from rank, I mean, we didn't even talk about the charm of the ranked program.
The 75 program points, Alejandro Kirk.
95 overall.
95
the short
overall.
King himself. 5'8",
Silver slugger.
265 pounds.
Actually, like really solid stats. Like obviously, beside his speed, like 23 speed, 0 base running aggressiveness, 0 steal, which is, makes perfect sense. But yeah, like 101, 95 contact, 71, 72 power, 103 vision. I'm like, I'm about this. 97 fielding behind the dish. Like should basically block everything. Not a great arm, but
it's 95 whatever. Blocking or 95 reaction, 96 block too. Yeah,
it was funny. Like the Jays flashback cards have been kind of lacking, and then we get the double catchers on Friday with Kirk and Jansen, which I'm fine with.
Yeah.
I mean, I like both those people, obviously. So actually, I'm just looking at, I have a team set up with the dual with Arenado boost and then the Marcus Stroman Jays boost. And that puts Alejandro Kirk up to a 99 overall. Like it boosts his power up to 86 and 102.
But Tango, we weren't supposed to get 99s for another couple months.
99.
No, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
Gotta love an Andrew. I hate using his card. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just like he's so short or something, but I don't know. It's just something about him that I never really have much success with him. I know he was like, I remember there were like moments for him last year. It was either last year or the year before we had to like hit home runs and stuff with him, and I just couldn't do it. Like I just sucked with him.
Yeah, I don't really like using his cards either, to be honest, but they're Jay's cards, so I'm gonna like I bought it. Like I haven't played any ranked seasons yet since the new season came out, and I'm like, whatever.
I was gonna ask you that because I was like, I played my first ranked game today. And I was like, this thing is 75 points away.
Yeah, you have to do all of the program stuff to get it.
So did Tango just play everything. Like, wow, that is a lot.
He dropped
You
down
really
to like
you have to do everything.
I
That's nuts.
you have to do every single optional mission that's out there right now. So 150 innings plus all the solo missions, and that gets you just exactly to 75, I think. But yeah, no, he once he dropped under 30K, I was like, okay, buy order. I'll go buy him.
Yeah, speaking of buy orders, I did buy all of the barrier breaker cards. It's like all the 90 overall Negro League Legends. I bought all those for 8K each, pretty much, because
That's quick sell value on those. Is that what it is, right?
yeah, Quicksilver. Yep. But I know that we're going to be getting a collection at some point, and having Vladdy is going to be like part of the collection that you're going to have, I'm sure. So what I'm going to do is, because I personally don't have the biggest interest in having Vladdy right now, but I do plan on buying those other hyper cards when I have the stubs for them. Like, I want to get them, but I know that whenever a collection comes out, all those cards are just going to shoot crazy high up. So I was like, maybe I'll buy 2 of each if I have the stubs for it, and then I can just, when they shoot up to like 50K each, I'm just made a crazy profit. Like,
yeah, smart. I
because that's
should
what's
do
gonna
that.
happen.
Like, I
They're
should buy
gonna.
some of them.
I only have 14K as we're recording right now, because I did buy all those cards. I was at like 70K or whatever when I bought them all, but then I bought some other little small stuff like that. But I'm planning on having it to where be that, But yeah, and then we got the event, the brand new event, the past, present, and future event,
Barry Larkin.
where it's Legends, Live Series, Prospect, Season Awards, Tops Now, the Show Classics, and TA Season 1, Chapter 2 players. So basically everybody in the game
sounds like
except for TA1.
basically every card. These events,
every card
man,
except
like
for TA1.
they gotta like make events fun again. They used to be fun, like righty versus lefties, making you use like all gold teams or all silver teams. Like I get it. They want kind of like a free place for everybody to use the new cards they get and stuff. But it's like, I don't know. That's why events were always fun to me. It was like, oh, you're just going to go in and use cards you never would use.
Yeah.
To get a cool reward.
Also, if they did something where it's like just a Live Series card event, boom, now the Live Series cards market goes back up instead of everything dropping down. Makes all those guys valuable.
We're
do that a couple times a year.
Already getting some rewind packs. Yeah. Live Series, I remember when Trout used to be like 400K for half the year, 400 or 500K.
Yep. Now they're like all under 200K. But yes, I did sell my Grayson Rodriguez and my Taylor Ward. Or no, I collected Grayson Rodriguez. I sold Taylor Ward because I originally collected Grayson and what was it? What was the other one? Anthony Rendon. I originally accidentally collected both of them, so I ended up just selling my Taylor Ward and Brian Abreu cards because I'm like, I could just get them for free and they're no sell, so I could just get them to collect them later. So I think I ended up getting like almost 30K out of selling those guys. And then if I just play through the event, which I haven't done yet, but I've been kind of more focused on BR at the moment. But I actually need to get this event done because it ends next Friday. Or next Friday. So I need to get that done. Or no, not even next Friday, next Tuesday. The following Tuesday.
I thought it was the 26th.
26th.
Is that a Tuesday? No.
That's next Friday. I keep forgetting it's Wednesday. My mind is all like in a blur because we're recording on a different day.
Yes.
So I was just my days are mixed up. So but yes, I have until next Friday to get 20 wins. Like I said, I'm at 1 right now because I tried out 1 win. I was like, cool, I got 1 pack. I opened it up and got a bronze and nothing else. But I am gonna get these like I said, I'm gonna get that Taylor Ward and that Brian Abreu back eventually when I get the wins. But the rewards are this 89 breakout Barry Larkin, which Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awful card.
Don't pop.
Good vision.
Good contact. Good vision.
And then
terrible discipline.
Pipeline Andrew Painter looks okay, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, what's a better starting pitcher name? Is it Andrew Painter or Jackson Junk? Which one's better? because I think those are pretty good pitcher names. Like, you imagine just having that be your name, and oh, yeah, I'm a starting pitcher. Like, oh, of course, your name's Andrew Painter. You just be painting the corners. And then Jackson Junk is a pitcher for the Brewers, and he's like, he doesn't throw the greatest of junk, which is the funniest part ever. But they made it too. His BB per nine is low. If his name is Painter, he should have like 90 BP per nine. Like, it's only
Yeah, just
77,
juice it.
but
Might as well.
just juice it. Put his
Just
hit
juice
in
it.
K per nine in like the 80s and make his BB nine like way high because his last name's Painter. But he looks like a really good card. 6'7", 215. I know he was one of the Phillies' top prospects. I think he got Tommy John like last year or something like that. So he's a good little card to have. Like you said, it is pipeline time, as they say, the future stars time of the game. So we're getting a lot of guys that people don't really know, or unless if you do know them, you know that they're just prospects that might eventually hit.
Yeah, I haven't heard of
So
like almost any of these guys. Maybe like
yeah,
10% of them.
yeah, like you get all that fun stuff. But other than that, I mean, we got events, BR, ranked, team affinity. What's your favorite non-Blue Jay team affinity card that you've used or gotten so far?
Josh Bell might be up there. I've only really used him against the CPU. Actually, I use him in events a little bit. He's been good. I always like switch hitters, and like, I mean, he's got really good power. So like that. I know a lot of people like Dibble, but I don't know. Like I feel like Dibble's one of those cards that the first year he was in the game, he was really hard to hit. And now he's just been in here so long and everybody still uses him. That's like, whatever. That Mitch Garver card's been decent from the Rangers.
Yeah.
Who else? Those are probably a couple of like the few of the ones that I like the most. And then, I mean, obviously, like I take anybody who is a current or former Blue Jay. So like Vogelback, I took because he's on the team right now.
I forgot he was a Blue Jay.
He is, yeah. What about you? Besides the Brewers, who are the ones that you were looking the most forward to?
Josh Bell probably takes my top spot because people who know me through my stream and stuff like that know that Josh Bell has a soft spot for me. What was it? It wasn't last year. I think it was the year before that. He was an absolute machine for me. I love his swing. I don't know what it is about it. Just his swing always seems to work for me. Obviously, switch hitting helps a lot, but he always just is a monster for me. So as soon as I saw him, I was like, oh yeah, I have to take Josh Bell, which I actually took him before I took Greg Vaughn because I was like, I'm going to take Dibble first because then I get that. All I need is the strikeout goal with him to get the XP for the team affinity. And then I took Josh Bell right after that. And I'm like, I love using Josh Bell.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, the other two that I actually really like is where was he? It was the AL Central. I haven't unlocked all of them yet, but doing the showdown, I had a great amount of fun. This Emmanuel Rodriguez from the Twins. If you look at him, he's super nuts. Like, he gets the Buxton boost, which is crazy because he's got 88-80 contact, 92-97 power, 81 fielding, and 82 speed. So he just becomes like an absolute goon when you get him with if you're still using the Buxton boost.
A lot of people are. I still see a lot of people mentioning Buxton boost.
But he with using the Buxton boost, it actually benefits very well because he's already got high contact numbers. He's got 80-88. So it's like he's gonna have a bigger PCI and he's a lefty. So like he might be the best card out of all of them. But then this other one is this Alex Gordon. Sneaky, like really good. Like really good contact and power numbers, good fielding. The speed's a little low, but he's in left field, but a great arm out of left field, good reaction. Like, obviously the only thing he can't do is bunt. But
I hate the card art they used for that Alex Gordon card.
It too.
I think it looks so bad compared to everything else.
Alex Gordon and what's the other one? They had the Roy Oswalt card art.
Oh yeah.
Wherever that card is, I can't remember where it is.
I think it's the Astros Live Series Collection card.
Is it? Oh, dude, it is so bad. It's so bad. I hate it.
Yeah.
Like, it is. It
Yeah.
is. I'm looking at it right now. It's so bad. It's painted on, so it's like somebody did a good job painting it, but it's so bad.
Like I know
I
they're
don't like it
based
at
off
all.
of like real baseball cards, but
Mhm.
there's got to be another card from that year that you could use. Like Topps makes tons of cards. There's got to be a different picture card that they have for these that would look a little bit better.
It's so bad. I love Roy Oswalt cards too, which is the funny part. But it's like, man, the first time I saw that card, I'm like, that is abysmal. Also, speaking of the Astros, I pulled Yordan Alvarez today.
Hey, that's
So
huge. Jordan is
that's
so good.
dude. And like, and again, spoiler alert, he had himself a very fun first ranked seasons appearance for me,
Oh,
including a perfect about 480-foot bomb that absolutely is just. And you know what's funny is I was talking to my buddy and I was like, I'm really not that big into like collecting Babe Ruth. So I was like, he's going for 96K. Like, I could sell him and get a shit ton of stubs for him.
yeah.
But my buddy was like, you should probably hold off because one, because it's Jordan and he rakes and he's got high contact and everything like that. As pitchers get better, he's always up and inside edge too.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's right now he's +7 today on contact and power versus lefty. So now he's got 97 powered instead of his 90. And then when the new season starts, if the rumor is true that like everything's kind of getting reset and we're gonna go back down to like lower overalls for everything, he's already gonna be one of the best hitters in the game, like day one from that. So I was like, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
So maybe I will just hold on to him and everything like that. I was gonna be pissed if like live series collection tanks and he ends up like 50K. I'm like, fuck.
It's still a good card to have.
It is. He's always one of the tougher cards for me to get too. So like, I'm not upset about having him at all. Like I was really excited to grab him.
Yeah, he gets the
really
Arenado boost. He looks really good with the Arenado boost.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
What is the Arenado boost? I keep forgetting what the hell it is.
What does he give? Because it's under 45 speed, and then you get +20 contact righties, +15 power left, +15 clutch, and +10 fielding.
Oh Jesus, that's actually really good.
Yeah, he goes up to I have him P2, but his card looks pretty hitting wise is looks insane with the Arenado boost.
Yeah, the problem is it's hard to have outfielders that have 45 speed or less. So it's hard to have guys that have. I mean, I guess you could have bench guys too. That counts for the bench guys, but yeah, that's tough. If you have Corey Seager, I'm sure that helps because he's got under 45 speed.
Yeah, I have a team that's just I haven't used it, but I made it for fun. It has like that JD Davis from the first BR, Judge, the Easter egg Willie McCovey, and then like the Team Affinity Chapter 1 Justin Turner. At second, live series Vlad. He's actually double boosted with Stroman in this. Some of these guys get pretty nice little boosts, so.
All right, Arenado, I see you. Maybe I'll switch over and maybe that'll be the meta, the Arenado boost. Even though it's kind of the thing that they use for higher levels. That's what they say to use. So.
They do. Yeah, I don't disagree with it because if you're playing on Hall of Fame and Legend, like you're selling out for home runs more than like trying to steal bases and play defense.
True. That's true.
I think I saw that the top guy, whoever was like the top guy in all of ranked the other day, his ERA was like over 10. Like he's just scoring 20 runs a game, but allowing 10 runs a game. Like, so.
God, I could have so many stubs right now if I just sold these BR cards. I'm still holding on to all the BR cards from the first set or whatever. And it's like, I'm also holding on to like a lot of those free cards, like the classic cards you can find in the packs, like just in regular packs, like the Jackie Bradley Jr. 80 overall, like guys like that. But like, dude, like the silver Tony Gonsolin's going for 2,700 stubs. He's a silver. And I'm like,
tough.
Geez.
Because it's going to be
accidentally collected.
I feel like eventually, I wonder if like the last BR of this season, if they'll start giving like rewind packs of those cards.
Because if they do, then I'll feel dumb because like, dude, Willie Castro's going for 13, almost 14K. It's like, dude,
14K for Castro. I mean, that card's like
yeah,
amazing. One of the best cards in the game.
yeah. In BR, I'm not using him on my regular season team. I mean, granted, he does get the Buxton
He gets the
boost.
Buxton boost. He gets the Buxton boost. Even without the Buxton boost, like he's not bad.
No, he's not. 120 contact versus lefties, and he gets 100. He has 116 clutch, so you just stick him in the 3 or the 4 hole, and he's kind of nasty.
Yeah,
And his power plays better than what it is because he's a switch hitter. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I usually rely on one of my buddies who's like the market guy, and he'll tell me what to do.
it's tough
last
because
last year he bought all of like the World Baseball Classic guys like right away. Like he just bought like 10 Shlomos and like he just bought all these guys because
yeah,
you could kind of that was when you can kind of flip the market and make a crap ton of stubs and all this and that. So he said he spent like 300K on World Baseball Classic players, and then when none of those packs or anything were available, the prices went berserk. So he just was like, well, I just made like 2.5 million stubs. Like I was like, geez.
yeah.
Like Lou Gehrig's going for 7K. Like I don't know. I don't know what to do.
I guess it just depends if you want to do the season collections or because eventually, like I think you'll want those cards if you're wanting to like get the collection stuff done, and then that's probably when they're gonna be really, really expensive.
Yeah, because right now I have enough to where I can get Rich Aurelia. Like I'm at 104 collected, but I can have 140. But because I have like all those cards that I'm just not collecting because they're not no sell. So, but I mean, I'm sure I'll have more. Actually, I'll probably have. Shoot, I'll have like what, 5, 10, 15, like almost 2, 3. Like I might have Rich Aurelia after this Team Affinity. Actually, because I still have all these packs to get out of the players, the no sell players from the Team Affinity pack. So I don't know. I'm stuck. Have you? I know it's a random transition, but have you done the new Negro League storylines yet?
I did some of them. I haven't done all the storylines. There's I think 2 that I haven't done. I don't even remember which 2. Yeah, I did some of them, but I'm not going to lie. I'm a very impatient person, and some of them I was just doing to get done. So I didn't even like watch the videos or anything or play it with sound. I'm just like, I'm just going to go through this. So I'm not really playing them to their full potential because I know there's a lot you can, a lot of information you can learn and stuff.
Yeah.
And it is like cool. Like the presentation of them is all really done really well, but I'm just impatient.
I feel that. I understand that completely. Because trust me, I recorded doing the Josh Gibson one for a video, and what the funniest part is I'm sitting there recording it as the new content was coming in, and for some reason the game glitched out to where it had me doing one of the moments for the new guys. Like all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I wasn't using Josh Gibson anymore. I was using one of the new guys and using like doing their moments. And I'm like, this isn't Josh Gibson at all. Like, what is going on here? And so I had to look, and I'm like, oh, I think you had texted me, and you were like, hey, the new content dropped. It looks pretty cool. I'm like, oh, that's probably why I'm not using Josh Gibson. So I had to like back out and redo everything, and like now I have to edit that into a part because like all of a sudden out of nowhere, I started doing this other guy's moments. I can't remember what guy. I think it was that two-way guy, the new two-way guy. I can't remember which one.
That's funny.
But yeah, it was super weird. All of a sudden out of nowhere, I'm just like, I was the Jose Mendez. That's what it was. The Jose Mendez moment. All of a sudden out of nowhere, I started doing his. I'm like, what the hell? But
well, speaking of all those players, I mean, we got this program yesterday for Jackie Robinson Day, and I think everybody, I think this is probably arguably, maybe besides the spring breakout one, because spring breakout program was pretty good, but the best program we've got yet, maybe, or like they did a good job with it.
Yeah, it was really easy to do. You literally had to do 2 things and it was done. But Other than that, it was really, it was, the cards were cool. You got a barrier breaker pack for free, so that was cool. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 packs, but then you also got 4,200 XP
Yeah.
for doing it. Like, it was really cool. Like, the cards are obviously, it's all the same card art from last year, like those the Sanford Green guys,
Yeah.
but like
I
Hank
kind of
Thompson,
wish
Shelton
they
Smith,
would
and
have
Buck O'Neill.
like updated the card art or something. I'm not a big fan of using the same card art like one like year to year. Like if there's a year or two in between, it makes more sense to me. But like when it feels like you just had these and now you just get them again, it's kind of a little bit like I don't know. Like I feel like they could
Yeah,
have done something else with it almost, but I mean like they're still cool. Like they're cool cards, cool card art, but I'm that's just a personal preference. I think I just think when you get the exact same card art and cards like 2 years in a row, it's kind of like
that makes sense.
there's infinite number of things you can do.
Yeah, and it's like they made this optional a collection. I guess granted you don't have to like collect these guys because they're core guys, but like they had it for like 10 points. But it's like all you had to do was do the one moment of get on base, and then just do the conquest, and you had the whole thing done. Or no, I lied. You didn't. You had to do XP missions too. Like I got
Yeah,
4,200 XP
just
just
with any
by
yeah.
playing BR and stuff like that. So I lied. So you had to do those 3 things. You had to get, or you could just do like the multiplayer. One multiplayer mission got you like get on base, 5 hits with shortstops is 5 points, and then 5 on base with first baseman gets you another 5 points. You could have did that in one game, just built a team of first baseman and shortstops and got on base and got 5
Yeah.
hits, and
I
then you
honestly
would have
like I hadn't even looked at what the requirements were for the program. I was just playing like just grinding BR or something. I forget what I was playing yesterday. And I got like half of it done without even thinking about it. I just kept getting these cards and packs and I was like, "Oh, that's it's nice when you can just like you just like playing the game and getting progress for something like that you don't even really realize." Which I think is something that people have wanted for a long time. And well, but it's also good and bad. It's good that you can do that. Like you can get online progress towards all these programs and stuff. But I think the bad part that we're kind of seeing this year is that it does make everything go pretty quickly. Like if you play a ton online, like you'll get Team Affinity done quick. You'll get programs like this done super fast, or as much of that progress as you can get from it anyway. But I don't know, like you can't have it both ways. You can't have like all this online progress count for all this stuff and then also be upset that things are like too short. I think it's just like it's kind of like which way do you want it? Do you want it to still be a super long program, but you have to grind it all out? Like you can still get the online progress. I don't know. Sometimes it's just a little bit like at this, are we just complaining to complain sometimes?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of how it goes. I'm sitting here looking at I'm looking at the tops now because this upcoming Friday on April 19th we get the season awards and our first Lightning player. Who do you think our first Lightning player is going to be?
Oh, I don't know. It's tough. Like there still feels like the MLB season is so young.
Yeah.
But I mean, like who's really stood out? I mean, there's been like guys like Paul Blackburn has started 3 games, hasn't allowed a run. I don't know if he would be one. Or like Marcelo Zuna and Tyler O'Neill have just been like crushing home runs.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's nothing. I don't know. Who do you think? Do you have any predictions?
So I
Mookie
think there's
Betts?
one. I think there's one obvious choice, and it has to be Mookie Betts. But I don't know if they'll make it Mookie Betts because he is by far. I'm looking at ESPN rankings. I just googled who's the best MLB players so far this season, and Mookie Betts is. It's not even close.
Yeah.
He's number 1. So number 2 is William Contreras. So, woo, go Brewers. I don't know if they'll give it to William Contreras. I could see him being like a program like reward guy maybe because he's only got that 84 gold. but he also could go up to a diamond at the first roster update. So I actually should buy a bunch of his cards and get ready to sell them, because the following week, the 26th, is we're getting the Show Classics program. So
Show
look at that, a
Classics.
program, and for the first roster attribute updates. So that'll be cool. But I'm sitting here looking at it, and it's like there's a lot of names that I don't know if they'd be sexy picks. I mean, like Marcell Ozuna, he's just a DH, so you just get a really juiced up offensive DH, because they wouldn't juice up his defense at all because he doesn't play. He just DHs.
Yeah.
Juan Soto, he just got that 92 overall card in that pack, so they probably wouldn't do that. Altuve is up there. Shohei, but Shohei just got an 88 Tops Now card, and he's a 94 Live Series, so I don't know about that. Spencer Steer, I don't know if he would get a Lightning. They do like Tatis is up here. They might do him. Bobby Witt Jr., maybe something like that. But I think it should be Mookie Betts personally.
That would be awesome. Lightning Mookie is
If it-
always a fun card.
Yeah, it's nuts. I mean, shoot, he's leading. Mookie Betts is leading in average. He's leading in hits. He's leading in runs. He's number 2 in OPS plus slugging. Like he's everywhere. If you look at the top leaderboards at everything, he's number 2 in slugging. He's number 3 in RB, or he's number tied for 4th in RBIs. Like he's just everywhere.
He's everywhere. He's so good.
Another guy that I think would be cool, which I know they're not going to do, Tyler O'Neill would be a good one, but maybe they'll do him like as like a classic Lightning player or something, because like they have that classic Lightning, but also that's a 99, so they probably won't do that.
He also got one of those new faces fresh start pack cards.
Oh, he did. You're right. He did.
So there is like a pretty solid Tyler O'Neill card. It's gonna be, I don't know who we'll see. Either way, it's fun. Hopefully.
Yeah, say it won't be Taylor Ward, because we just got a Taylor Ward card.
Jose Barrios has been awesome. I would love a Blue Jays. Blue Jays always seem to have one guy that sneaks in and gets a Lightning card every year. Maybe he could be ours this year. Who knows? It'll be fun to see. Only a couple days away.
If this guy can keep it going, Paul Blackburn has a 0 ERA to start the year.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. All-star Paul Blackburn. Remember that? Freddie Peralta, at least second in whip. There you go. My boy. Who needs Corbin Burns? And then I guess the other thing would be the Tops Now cards. I'm looking at this is I would assume Friday we're going to get more Tops Now cards as well. I'm looking at the Tops Now website, because that's kind of like where you can kind of get an idea of who it might be. Andy Page, I was like, what is it, Page or Pages or Pages?
Yeah.
From the Dodgers, he got one for he hit his first career hit on his first career pitch.
Oh,
so he'll have like 120 contact to each side. Mookie Betts also has one.
There's lots. They give out, I think they do like 3 to 5 every day, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm looking at now. Like Jonathan Clase from the Mariners, Michael Busch, obviously, for his stretch of games, which he's supercharged. Cedric Mullins, dude, this Cedric Mullins card art is nasty. It's just him with a diving catch, that sick diving catch he made a couple days ago. Like, nasty.
We'll see. I mean, they kind of have been giving us pretty random ones, so I don't.
Yeah,
it's hard to predict the Tops Now ones.
Yeah, it really is, because a lot of times all of a sudden they'll just like pop up the day as they're coming out too. So, but man, oh man, oh man.
So if you had to give
Mookie Betts.
Oh, that'd be super. I'd be pretty happy.
A primary shortstop Mookie Betts.
If you had to give a grade rating to the content from the last week, I guess Friday until not even the last 5 days, what would you give it? Overall.
Just by going off of what I'm looking at now, I would say probably like a B plus, roughly. And the only reason I would keep it from being like higher is because I personally am not a big fan of like the pipeline cards. I just really don't have any care in the world for them.
Yeah.
I'd rather have like classic players or like players that are in the big leagues, because I think it would be. I think like that was like the cool thing about TA1 is you had guys that everybody wanted to use from all these different like everybody knows the Yasmani Grandal card plays well. Not
Right.
everybody knows whether that the card that the Blue Jays got is going to play well or not, unless you used him. What was he TA a couple years ago too,
He was
right?
in there like 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like unless it's tough. But overall, I mean, the Andrew Painter card looks cool. DeGrom and gosh, I'm losing his name.
Mike
I
Cameron.
almost said Cameron Maben, Mike Cameron.
Cameron Maben.
That's where my mind went. Yeah, DeGrom and Mike Cameron are really cool. 97 overall World Series awards, which we're getting into that stretch now where guys now the headliner's a 97 or 95. I'm sorry, but he's also the pipeline guy, so it's like meh. We got an Ian Happ chase pack card. We didn't even talk about from the playoffs a couple years ago, which
Also, small update now. If you pull any of the chase packs now, you're guaranteed a diamond.
oh really?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Chase pack 3. I randomly got 2 of them packs, but I just got just regular diamonds, not the Ian Happ or anything special. But I mean, I'll take any diamond. Let's.
Gotta love diamonds. So
Yeah, I would agree. I like that B plus. That's kind of what I think too. Like it's not amazing, but I think that's a good thing. I don't think you don't need every single card to be like the most amazing card. It's a lot of content, but I also feel like it's not like too much. It's not like last year where a Team Affinity would drop and then you get 90 cards where 75 of them were trash. Like if it's 30 cards,
yeah,
and half of them are like so-so and half of them are like decently usable to really usable, then I think that's pretty good. So if they keep along this path and just add a little bit more in between weeks, I think things could start to look up soon here.
I would say there isn't. Okay, I won't say there isn't one, but there are cards in Team Affinity that I absolutely would not use, like Stephen Kwan. Not a big fan of. He's got a good swing for a lefty. He's got great contact. His power is garbage. He's got great clutch though, so it's like, and he has quirks, which is helpful. It's like there's a lot of people that are gonna like using him. But I just personally don't really like using Stephen Kwan cards. But like Justin Verlander's in this pack, so it's like in this thing, so it's like nuts. He doesn't have any quirks, but it's Justin Verlander. Like
it's Verlander, yeah.
It's pitches play. I mean, I'm just sitting here looking at like the guys like J.R. Richard. He's got outlier on his fastball, but he throws a dirty, nasty slider. He's got 110 hit per nine, which plays at this time of the year. He's got low BB9, but other than that, Tim Salmon. Who doesn't love Tim Salmon? Gotta love Daniel Vogelbach, good power DH guy. I mean, Mitch Garver plays. I mean, God, that Mitch Garver card's disgusting.
Oh yeah.
You could put him at first or DH, and he rakes. So, yeah, man, I don't think there's really very many cards that I would not use. A lot of the pitchers probably not really, but I'm also grinding them. But like even like Ron Acuna's little brother looks good. He's got 90 speed, 99 steal. He's got 90 fielding at shortstop. You could put him in the outfield, and he gets 87 reaction out there, so it's pretty good. So yeah, there aren't Team Affinity is. They can't put every card can't be game breaking. Like, oh my god, I absolutely have to get him.
Right.
They got to put some guys that you're like, oh okay. Like I was shocked Greg Vaughn was he was not anywhere near a guy that I thought the Brewers were gonna have as their Team Affinity guy. Because honestly, I forgot that he was in the game. But now I'm looking at his numbers and he looks like he plays well. He's a DH, but he plays well. Because 60 fielding is not going to do it. But yeah. I'm having fun grinding TA. I always have fun grinding Team Affinity. It's always just something fun to do. Like I said, like I've always said multiple times, it gives you a chance to use cards you never really would use or give a chance. And then you never know, you might find some love out of some of these cards that you never really used before and didn't think to give a shot. And now because the meta for some players, they're like, oh, you have to use this guy. And it's like, oh, maybe I like using this guy better. And now you find yourself a new card that you like using. So
yeah, I don't pay too much attention to that stuff. Like every once in a while, there's like, okay, like at the beginning of the year, it's like when you had if you pulled John Donaldson, you're like, I'm going to use him, whatever. But
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part, I'm like, yeah, it's fun because you know what? That's the good thing about the pipeline. Like, I agree with you. I'm not a huge prospect guy, so I don't know who most of these players are. So it's like whatever. I'm not as inclined to use them. But you never know. Like some of them could end up playing really well in the game, and like you never know. It's good to, it gives people an opportunity to try new things, and you never know. Sometimes you find some weird, random, nasty pitcher, or like some dude just all of a sudden like rakes for you, and then it's a fun card to use. I like that. I think there's a good amount of variety right now, but we're not like overwhelmed with too many cards. So far, I think the biggest thing is just like if they can keep the sort of like half a week lulls of content to a minimum, I think it'll be pretty good. It's a pretty good recipe.
Yeah,
I had maybe less packs, but at least we finally got some of those, like the choice of the Spring Breakout and Soul Series pack in each division was nice to see.
Yeah, I pulled Will Smith and Max Muncy out of those, so I'm happy with that.
There you go.
And I got Addison Berger.
Mr. Berger.
I only took him because I know, one, he gets the Buxton boost, and two, because you're a Blue Jays fan. I took him solely because of you.
Double boost.
Double boost.
Buxton Stroman gives him plus 30 power both sides. So
there you go. Boom. Best card in the game. Confirmed. But man, this, I'm not gonna lie though, this P4 to P5 grind is annoying me, because like I get so excited that I have a guy P4, and I'm like, sweet, I can P5 him. Yeah, I didn't realize how long it took me to get Buxton from P4 to P5.
Well, yeah, when you're
like,
only,
it took me a long time.
It feels like you've made a lot of progress, but you're only halfway, right?
Yeah, I mean, because shoot, I hit 50 home runs offline with him in 112 games. But then online, I only hit 11 home runs in 59 games. But it's like I also hit 319 with him online. So, I mean, it's obviously different hitting online than it is on hitting on like veteran and all-star offline games, because I can't play on rookie. If I play on rookie, I screw my timing up on everything. But
I do it. I know I probably shouldn't, but I do it.
I do as well sometimes. I'm not gonna, like, if I'm like on like the last 3 or 4 games of a conquest map, I'll just play them on rookie, because I know I can like stack 99, like conquest territory up against a spot, and you just play it on rookie because you can just get it over with. But
yeah,
usually I try to play on veteran, all-star if needed, just because it keeps the speeds and timing things
like
down for when you do go play online.
Slightly more PXP the higher your difficulty is. So
that's true. Yeah, I think if you play on all-star, it's like still 1 times like it is on.
Oh, is it
online?
Just
or no, online's like 1.5, I think.
But something like that. I don't know. I don't pay. I'm no expert on it.
Yeah.
But parallel guys, it's just a bonus.
I haven't seen anybody using any of those Show Classic players in any of my online games either.
I don't know anybody that bought these packs. Like somebody must have.
Let's see. Have. I was literally about to say, let's see what the buy order in for some of these guys are.
3,000 people have Castellanos P1. Some of that may be from.
45 people have Edward Cabrera P5. But let's see what he is on the market. Let's see how many buy orders he has. Edward Cabrera right now he's got quite a bit of buy orders, but not as many as I like. As everything's just kind of quantities of one. There aren't any very like multiple quantities or anything like. So there's not like a huge demand for them.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes over the next like week or two. If we get a bunch more random choice packs like that, or if their plan is just like load up the first half of the season with these packs, and then the second half just start giving them to us. Hopefully, we'll see what happens in the Show Classics program next week, because I assume we better get at least one of these packs in there, plus whatever new players. Actually, by then there'll probably be a second pack or whatever. Who knows? But
who knows?
We'll find out on the 26th.
Yeah, man. MLB The Show.
That'll be the show.
BR's the worst.
I gotta
And I know you
finish.
like. I know
I don't
you
like
love Danny
BR.
Jansen. Danny Jansen pisses me off. I've played 4 games with Danny Jansen. I have not hit the ball out of the infield with him yet.
What?
His first 3 at bats, I hit into 3 straight double plays. I was losing my mind. I'm like, Tango, I took him because of you. He sucks.
Oh, tell me that's gone. Dalton Varsho. Oh, Dalton Varsho just went yard off Stroman. Let's go. 2-0 Blue Jays.
IRL.
IRL, his 3rd homer in the last week.
Nice.
Huge. Nice to
Dalton
see
Varsho,
him. Oh
from
man,
Wisconsin.
if he can put up
He's from Wisconsin.
Is he?
Yes. Born in
Put
Wisconsin.
it,
I don't know what part of Wisconsin, but he's from Wisconsin.
if he can put up 25 home runs, I'll be happy. Yeah, I hit 462 with this Jansen card in 9 games that I used him in online. 462, 3 doubles and a homer. Not bad. 6 for 13.
Nice. Dalton Varsho. He's from Marshfield, Wisconsin. Living in Wisconsin, I don't know where Marshfield, Wisconsin is. But he did go to UW Milwaukee, and I drive past that school every single Friday.
It's
so
literally just a marsh field in Wisconsin.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a marsh.
And also on top of that, Brewers won today, 1-0.
Who'd they play?
Beat the Padres.
Nice. We play the Padres next, so beat them down, and then we'll stomp on them.
What is that weird thing? We played the Mariners, beat them up, and then they played you guys, and then now we play in the Padres, and then you guys play them next. That's the second time that's happened to us.
I don't know. We haven't played the Orioles yet, despite being in their division.
Are we just your feeder system? Is that what it is?
Maybe.
But man, Team Affinity, events, ranked, BR, Jackie Robinson. I did watch 42 the other day. I watched it on Monday.
Nice. I watched Moneyball the other day. I was sick last weekend, and I was just laying on the couch. I'm like, what do I want to watch? I'm like, Moneyball is good. You can put it on. It's on Canadian Netflix. I don't know. It's on American Netflix. Sometimes they're the same.
It is on something. I don't remember what it is. It's on one of those streaming services. But yeah, man, fun. Just looking forward to grinding. I'm 10,000 XP away from Trevor Story, and then just keep on grinding from there.
Trevor Story feels like so long ago.
For you,
I'm at 920,000. I'm almost at a 5-pack bundle. Well, not almost. I'm like 20,000 XP away from a 5-pack
Jesus.
bundle. We got a 5-pack bundle, then a 5K stubs, and then Boss One, aka Jimmy Rollins, because there's no chance I'm taking anybody else except for Jimmy.
Dude, Jimmy Rollins has 312 people P5 him. Larry Walker has 109. Andy Pettit has 1. Because nobody in BR is using Andy Pettit.
I don't think I've even seen Andy Pettit show up in my BR ever.
Nobody's taking a 99 overall pitcher. People will take Shohei because you can DH him if you get that luck, but that's it.
Every once in a while, when I'm at the end of finishing,
you can't DH Shohei. You can't use him as a two-way player in BR.
You have to give up your DH. I think then you can. But then he has to pitch the whole game too. Yeah, if you sub out whatever, you sub out a position player for your DH, and then your pitcher becomes your DH.
That's right. That makes sense.
And then then you just have to play it like they used to in the National League. Yeah. I'm just excited for when I finally get a wheel spin, because the wheel spin rewards are actually good. A headliner pack, whatever, stubs, whatever, but Chase pack, live series 90 plus, or a vault pack. I'm down with that. But I should get a few of those, 50 days, 51 days still in this program. So
30,000 XP. So 4 days worth of XP grinding before you hit 4 days of XP caps.
Just a little bit. Bit.
Yeah. But man, I think that's all I've got. We went over pretty much everything, just grinding along. You said you finished everything on Team Affinity except for what? A couple what do
I have right now? All I have left is NL Central, which I'm at 69%. Nice. And AL West, I'm at 78%. Everything else I finished. But I didn't finish it super fast. I did the AL East fast because that's always the first one I do. But the rest has just been from whatever, grinding some Conquest and playing. I played a lot of BR the last 2 days.
I'm
So
doing it as a bottom up reverse circle. That's how I'm doing it. I'm doing the AL East or NL East, NL Central, NL West, and then I'm shooting up to the West, Central, East. So I'm doing it like this.
but I'm also like making kind of a conscious effort to not just like focus on them and do them really fast. Cause again, like I like having something to do right now. So
Yeah, it is fun having like randomly unlocking stuff while I'm playing BR because I'm
yeah,
like getting hits with, NL West players and stuff like that. And you're like, oh, that's cool. Like I was playing BR this morning and I had like less than 5% done. I think it may be 5% of each of the centrals of each of the ALs. And after playing BR today, I'm at 32% in the AL Central, and I didn't do anything towards it
there you
just
go.
because I was using cards.
Yep.
Like because of that. Also, I like can use Buxton boost on, and I can just constantly just keep adding to using Buxton, even though he's Buxton boosted to level 5 already. There's really no reason to use him anymore, but maybe. But yeah, and I guess the other like random fun stuff that I got is I only have 2 cool announcements. First off is tomorrow the 18th is your boy's birthday. So, so I'm turning 33, the Larry Bird year. The year of Larry or Aaron Jones, but I can't say it anymore because he's not a Packer anymore. He's a
I don't know
Viking.
why, but I
So
thought you were younger than that.
I look younger than that, right? I try. I'm an old man. Nope. And then I guess the only other cool thing is I hit 500 followers on Twitch this morning.
Let's go. The big
So
500.
I hit the giant milestone that I said I wanted to hit before the new year, but I like really took a lot of time off from streaming, so I knew that wasn't really going to be a possibility. But I finally hit it today.
That's the killer. I remember when I like first started and things started going well, and I went from like 100 followers to like 500 in like a month and a half, and then I stopped streaming for a while, and then like I started again eventually, and like now I do it a little bit more often, and like in the following 2 years maybe I've only gained like 150 subscribers after getting like 300 in a month basically. But it's a long grind, but congrats 500. That's not nothing. That's an achievement. So
it.
Keep going.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it, dude. I'm happy I got it. I'm super happy, man. Just I don't know, something that I figured I would have gotten to like sooner because of the way that I did start streaming, but also I'm like,
it's tough. You got to be so consistent. People don't realize, like all the young kids that are like, oh, I could be a streamer. I'm like, you don't have any idea. No, and we're not like big streamers, man. I mean, even to be a small streamer, it's tough. Like,
yeah, it's not as easy as you think, folks. You also got to be entertaining and and be like you said, consistent. I mean, because my buddy Mike, he had less followers than I did, and I think he's at like 1.5K now or something like that because he was just streaming a bunch, and I was like, it's cool to see him. It's cool to see him grinding it out, man, because he definitely deserves it.
I like it. I like it. Well, everyone, we appreciate you watching or listening. As always, you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, everywhere you get your podcasts. I don't know what happened to Jake's camera. Apparently it froze in my OBS, but the mic still works, so you can still hear him. It's all good. It just happened like right at the end there.
That's weird.
It is weird.
That's weird.
Computers do weird things sometimes.
Yeah, they do. Sometimes they do. Sorry about that, folks.
Oh, it's okay. No problem. All right, everybody. Have a great day. We'll see you next week after we get Lightning players, and we'll do a review about that. All right.
Yes. Appreciate it. Peace.